It's funny because, I'm glad you asked. I'm basically an empty nester. I really have put a lot into raising my two sons that are now two young men.
Hello, Robin.
Hello.
Thank you so much for your time. It's a pleasure to talk to you.
Thank you.
Especially to talk about like queens, and also it's been like 2021 and 2022. It's been a really good year for you, right?
Yeah. It's sort of been interesting. I directed. I've been doing this for a while, but I started directing, and I directed my first project in 2020, and I suppose it was March, and I'd been prepping for before then. But this was before the world was shutting down. It was before I really had even a sense of what was going on. It's interesting when you're on a movie set with what we do, right? You're in this bubble. And I really didn't know what was happening. But I've actually gotten to work quite a bit during this pandemic time and directing and all of this. So yes, it's been a busy time.
Yeah, which is amazing for us because we
Yes.
can see you and see you on screen and behind the cameras. So
Yes.
let's talk about Queens. And the series is I think it's very important to be showing right now. But for you, what is to be important for you to be a guest star on this series that celebrates woman, us?
Yeah, like I said, I was so excited about the show when I heard it was even happening. When I heard it was in the works, I was excited about it. I have to say, between us, I'm hoping to get to direct it one day. But I was so excited about it. And, I'm a huge fan of these ladies, in particular Eve and Brandy. I feel like in many respects, we've all kind of grown up together and watching one another and children. And, you go from being the child to becoming a mom. And I was so excited about the storyline of these women that started this group, and they had this group and were young and hot and different women. Certainly, they've evolved into women and are getting back to what they know and love. And I have to say, I love the art of the, you see queens and the way they are, they're just still absolutely fantastic, So when I got the phone call, and I was on another set when I got the phone call to do this show, and I read the material, it's 3 scenes, but I just fell in love with it. So the excitement sort of kept building. When I was actually on the set, I remember when Brandy walked into hair, and we were in hair and makeup together, and I was like, it's happening!
No, it's amazing. It doesn't matter. It's just 3 scenes, but they are very important for the
Yes.
for the episode.
Yes.
And one of the things that caught my attention is that your character, she needs to let go something that we're not going to talk about what it is, but she needs to let go. So what do you do to let go on things, on feelings? You know what I mean? Sometimes you need to donate. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's
so hard. I mean, I know for me, I go to yoga every day. I go to mass. Yesterday I was at yoga, then I went to mass. It's a process, right? And I think one thing that I find, or I found with this character that was interesting, is I think she probably thought she had let go. I think she probably thought this man was part of her past, but all of a sudden, when he's sitting right in front of her, which is what happens sometimes, it all came kind of rushing back. It came back as a present, and we see her with her past right there in front of her, and we see her kind of enjoying it, and there's a little flirtation involved and a little, happiness, until this news kind of hits her, and it's gut-wrenching, the news that he gives her.
Yeah, but I think she's more upset with her failure in the relationship than in the, you know what I mean? Because he's doing fine with someone else. We're not going to tell who it is. But.
Yeah. And I agree with you. I think that I would like to think that she was going about her day and living her life. And then there it is. And I think that she's probably wondering, why not me? why not me? Why couldn't I make you happy? And I think she probably tried. But I think as Robin, sort of the person looking on and watching, she wasn't the one. You know, if somebody gets to have a soulmate, she's not that person. And as much as it hurts her, this other woman is the person that is his soulmate.
Exactly. And you're very experienced. You have a wonderful career. You did the series Batwoman, Kimi, which I watched it yesterday.
Oh, how was it? Yeah, I'm so excited.
It was good. It was really good. So is there anything or any character, any genre that you would like to play that you didn't do yet?
Yes. It's funny because, you know, I'm glad you asked. You know, I'm basically an empty nester. I really have put a lot into raising my two sons that are now two young men, you know, and I remember, you know, school pickups and drop-offs and making lunch was very, very important to me. And, you know, it wasn't until right before I started doing Riverdale, I remember my son's going, go do something, I'm like, but I do you, this is what I do, you know?
Yeah.
So I think what I've experienced, a lot of women experience, where you kind of come back to yourself and you become the project as opposed to your kids being your project. And I know for me, you know, whether it's Queens or Batwoman, these characters I love, but there's a little bit of something that I'd like to do where she's not so together. You know, I have a tendency to be offered these women that seem to be very together. Just a little opposite what I always do, I would love to do, you know?
Yeah,
a little
that'll be interesting.
I would love to do that. I'm gonna fight for that.
Yeah, I would like to see you doing
I would love
crazy,
to,
disconnected kind
of. We'll talk about it. Say a prayer for me. Talk. I would love to.
I will. Let's put on the universe, and then that's gonna happen.
Yes,
that's for sure. And for us to wrap it up, what we can expect of this episode of Queens that is gonna air on February 8th?
You know, I think that one of the things that I love, which we haven't talked about too, is just my scene with Brandy, Naomi, where she really are two women coming together. It almost starts off like a duel, those two women, and adversaries. And my character walks in kind of prepared for a fight, and so does her. So does she, her character. And they end up just being women, and this simpatico and understanding what it means to be a woman, and that they understand each other more than they realize, and almost leaning on each other. You almost get the feeling that these two women could become friends. And she has a permission to kind of go on and be in love and enjoy the love of her life. But I love seeing two women come together the way they do.
Yeah,
so it'll be fun.
It'll be fun. Yes, that's amazing. Robin, I just want to thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
A pleasure to talk to
Thank
you, to meet you. And I cannot wait for your next project. And
I can't
It's going to be this crazy woman.
Yes, I love it.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
If you like this video, don't forget to comment, to like, and subscribe to our channel right here.